everybody, it is Quicken, and welcome back to 5 Fact Friday. So I am just going to reintroduce the series a little bit. It has been, I don't know, like 3 months since I have done an episode of 5 Fact Friday. We have some new subscribers on the channel. Feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. You are beyond welcome here. So 5 Fact Friday originally started as a way where I could kind of answer Tumblr questions in a more like interactive sort of way, and it turned into like a really good home base to talk about stuff on the channel, answer questions that weren't tattoo related, which is always super fun, and almost turned into like a little advice sort of series. And I love that. I love Tumblr, and I love kind of like taking that to like a different sort of more, like I said, interactive sort of thing. And by interactive, I do mean like me talking to you guys. There's a lot more, I don't know, I feel like nuances and different things that can be expressed vocally versus typing out. So welcome back to 5 Fact Friday. Give this video a thumbs up if you missed it and you'd love to see it. Here to stay. Over the summer, you know, I've done some growing and some healing. If you want to hear more about that, my live streams have kind of been a place where it's kind of just like everything as I think it is coming out, and I discussed a lot of things that have been happening to me over the summer, different mindsets I've been in, different things I've been trying to work through. So if you haven't checked out my live streams, I'm actually going to create a playlist so they're all in one place. But like I said in one of my live streams, when I was trying to work on myself and, you know, give myself a lot of time to heal and think about things, unfortunately 5 Fact Friday was one of the shows that I actually, you know, put on the back burner. It does require, you know, a lot of soul searching and stuff when I'm filming, so it was just one of those things where I was like, I don't know if I'm in the best place to give you guys advice. I don't know. Maybe I was. But anyway, it's back, and the first thing I want to talk about is definitely my hair. So, my hair, you know, has been a process. I made a video over about like my hair care routine, especially with silver hair. So I was really excited, you know, to keep my silver hair going. My hair actually did turn green after using lime crime, so I had to get color correction. So in the color correction process, you know, all your color is stripped again, and then we put gray on top of it. In between then and now, I swam in the river. I had like kind of dark blue roots, and I was kind of like feeling it almost in my live stream from the like 2 weeks ago. The light kind of plays a trick on you, and my hair looks completely blue. And a lot of you guys really liked it. I really liked it, but, you know, was pretty devoted to staying gray and having like a nice, really charcoal. I took this one picture of myself that I show my friend Kay all the time, and I'm like, I looked like this once, I can look like it again. But the other day, as in yesterday, she was looking at my hair and she was like, Quicken, we have to do a big change. You know, it's time for you to do a change. Ever since I met you, you had gray hair and it's over. And I was like, but Kay, I love gray hair. My wardrobe is gray hair. But we have this like neon series at our job by Pulp Riot, and I don't know, when the neons came out I was super excited, but not in a like, oh, I want those for myself. I was excited to play with them, and then Kay just like talked me into it. So it was really cool. Everyone in the salon kind of came together, and it's always fun when like something exciting happens. And now I have blue. So I have neon blue Nirvana from Pulp Riot, and then Kay gave me highlights of, lowlights of a darker blue, which is called Nightfall, and that will give it like kind of dimension, and even now it's like looking really cool. So I have a vlog that's coming out tomorrow, and then I have a vlog that's coming out next week. It'll be on the next week's vlog. So now that our channel homework is done, thank you guys so much, you know, for always being here and, you know, being here while I'm working out the kinks. But I'm super excited to get back on track with my man. Oh, So the first question I'm going to answer is, can you discuss dating as an adult? Do you use any apps such as Tinder or Bumble? Do you find meeting new people intimidating, or does expanding your social network with the opposite sex come easier due to your social media presence? So, I got this question last night and I was pretty excited to kind of read over it and answer it in my opinion. I've touched on it in live streams, but I'm excited to like put it in concrete on 5 Fact Friday. I am not on Tinder and I'm not on Bumble. I'm always the first person though to like talk to my friends about good experiences, horror stories. I love a good Tinder story, but can't contribute back. I don't think that I'm like above it or anything like that. I just think, and this might just be in my head, I just think that if I approach something like dating, like online dating and stuff, I think that because of my online presence, it draws a lot of attention to me. And people may think that they're supposed to like me because I have X amount of followers. I feel like people are probably like, oh, there's got to be something about her. She has all these followers. And I feel like that isn't like an honest approach and not something that I would want to, I guess, dive into authentically. I feel like I would want it to be an authentic type of thing. And it gives me, I don't know, a weird advantage, or it may attract like, oh, my baby, oh. It may attract like somebody who might be unsure or have a strange intention. Also, like, I don't know. I don't think I can be on a dating app anymore. I don't know. I could king social media in that aspect. But also being from a like smaller kind of city like Philadelphia, I'll definitely like have coffee with one of my friends and she'll be like, oh, I matched that dude on Tinder. And I'm just like, oh my god, the city can't get any smaller for me, so I'm not sure. I know that there's also like I follow this one girl, Fleshlight Chronicles, where she kind of just like puts a spotlight on the people and like the dudes who treat her like shit on Tinder. And I'm kind of just like, I'm too soft, I can't. So I haven't made one. Even at my old salon, one of the girls was on Bumble and it looked kind of whack as well. Like my old boss was on it. I don't want us to see each other. So that's over. I do think though, like to touch on the final part of the question, I think being on social media, I mean, that's kind of like the only way I feel like that you're going to meet somebody, or at least use it as a catalyst to get going. I think that like if we find people that we like, or we find people who are cute or we're interested in, finding them on social media is not that hard, and it's not that frowned upon anymore. Like, if I go to a coffee shop and see somebody cute, I can just look up that coffee shop and see, like, if they posted anything there, if they work there, if their friends work there. And that sounds stalker creepy, but have you ever done it before? It's kind of easy, right? So I'm at a point where I would just want to meet someone organically, or not. I don't know. Like, I can't say for sure, you know, maybe by next year I'll be like, I don't know what I was thinking. Ethan, you're small. You're a small boy. So I don't know. Did that make any sense? I just feel like even if I was like to approach somebody on Instagram where I already exist, they might be like, oh my god, this girl's talking to me, like, why does she have all these followers? Or not, I don't know. I guess it kind of has to go with, like, I don't know if any other YouTubers have talked about, like, dating a fan or something like that, but I think that's a whole different subject. So I don't know. So this is from Twitter, and it says, how do you appreciate or enjoy your back tattoo? I've been thinking about getting one, but I'm hesitant because I feel like I won't see it very often. So, enjoying my back tattoo, you know, I can always see photos of it and things like that, but I think one of the biggest things I really like about my back tattoo is that I did it, and that I accomplished it, and that it was hard, and that it took a long time, and I didn't give up. That's kind of one of my favorite things about my back tattoo, and when people notice it, they have to also take into consideration that stuff, and it like makes me feel brave, and it makes me feel badass. So that's one of those things that I really like. Like even today I'm wearing a sheer shirt where you can kind of like see it. And those are the little things that I like. I think it's really cool if I can sneak it into an outfit, or if I like walk past a mirror and happen to see it a little bit. The top of my back tattoo does, sorry, I got Ethan hair all over my mouth. I don't know when I kissed him. Even the top of my tattoo does peek above my collar on almost every shirt that I typically wear, like any sort of t-shirt. So if you are looking to get a back tattoo that you can physically see all the time, you can get a back tattoo that comes up above the collar, one that maybe comes onto the shoulder blades, that can be really cute, maybe one that goes below so you can wear a crop top and you can have the bottom of it peeking out. I think that there's different ways to dress up and appreciate your back tattoo, but for me, it was the act of getting it that I was really stoked for and really proud of. And then being someone who can wear a back tattoo. I think, you know, there's photos on my Instagram where I can like carefully curate an image of my back tattoo, and that can be really fun and artistic. But you become a part of a club, like the back tattoo club. And that's pretty sweet. So I don't necessarily think too much about how I can't see it, because I constantly know that it's there. So if you are someone, you know, I think as a tattoo collector, it was kind of like a hump I wanted to get across, because I always wanted to have my back tattooed, and then when the time came and everything was perfect, that's like an accomplishment I made. So I don't know, I think it's cool. Like I used to work with a girl who only had a full back piece, and she got it at like a trying part of her life, and I think it's like really cool and daring and like sexy and badass and all that stuff combined. But I also know that it was something she did to like move on and test herself, and I think that that's really cool that she can wear something like that. Does she ever really get to see it? Probably not. I don't know. Take a ton of pictures of it. Make noise about it. If you want to see it, put it on your Instagram. Take a ton of photos. Wear a halter top, or just wear suspenders. That shit'll be out. So this next question, any food suggestions for someone who is trying to start veganism? So, and I know this probably doesn't work for everybody, but here's what I'm gonna say. I think when I first started to become vegan, vegetarian, that whole sort of realm, if you're already vegetarian, that will make this transition a lot easier. If you are starting, you know, if you're jumping right into vegan, unpopular opinion, maybe, but I think the easiest thing to do is substitutes. Substitutes might be kind of expensive if you're not used to buying them. I mean, cheese substitutes, I think, kind of range within the same price of dairy cheese. Maybe you just get a little less, but you'll have to get to a point where you're not eating as much cheese and you don't want to like use it as a crutch. So substitutes. Get yourself some substitute milk, get yourself some substitute meats. Boca chicken patties have been a staple of my kitchen for years. When I became vegan until now, it's one of my favorite like go-to, like add some protein to a meal kind of thing, or just like add a comfort to a meal. They're like $3 a box if you can find them at that price, and I don't know, I really love them. So I'll put that into meals, and you can do so much stuff with it. Like, yeah, it's a circle fake chicken, but you can cut it up, you can mix it with whatever, put it on a sandwich. I mean, I use it as like lunch meat if I'm gonna pack a sandwich as well, just like substitutes. Cheese substitutes, you know, play around, see which brands you really like. Go into the supermarket with like brand new eyes. Go in there like you are going into your favorite store at the mall, but it's the grocery store now. Veganism like has to be approached, I feel like, in that kind of way, because you're no longer just eating whatever. You are taking a really conscious step into what you're doing, so I feel like involving yourself and turning it into like your favorite thing is really gonna help you. Like before I was vegan, I didn't really give a shit where we were gonna eat. I just wanted to eat. I was like, is it by the house? Like, I never wanted to be bothered. Now, like, literally, I will seek out places to eat, and it's a lot of fun, and it turns into, like, a fun social thing. I follow, like, brands on Instagram, like, vegan brands, and when they come out with new things, I'm like, fuck yeah. Is that a pita pocket? Ooh! And I never used to get excited about food beforehand. So, treat it like your favorite thing. Use substitutes. I still do. I still think substitutes are fun. A lot of people will argue that substitutes are expensive, so keep that in mind. If it's not like a true part of your budget, then just have substitutes maybe for one of your meals or once a week or whatever. Treat it as like a treat. I mean, I'll get like a tofurkey pizza like once a month, and I'm just like, damn, this is off the hook. But when I was just vegetarian, I used to get like a margarita oven pizza like once a week. So now I'm like, cool off with that. First of all, I hate using the oven. So that's my advice. Definitely leave your tips in the comments if you heard me ask this question and you were like, yeah, that's not really the direction I would go. But I think that like substitutes are no joke and they're gonna help you out. Even some soy milk so you can still have cereal. Ease into it. The final question that I'm going to answer is from Twitter, and it says, I would love to hear you talk about finding new friends and contacts when you're already adult. I'm struggling to find new people. So I feel like I've answered this and like touched on it before, but I think, you know, I'm always kind of developing and figuring out that notion for myself. So it's always fun to like re-explore it. So I feel like finding friends when you are an adult is hard. You're going to get into situations where friends that you spent all your time with are suddenly completely unavailable, and it's going to hurt your feelings. You're going to move to a new city and have to start completely over, start a new school, start a new job, move out, move in. There's so many opportunities for you to strand yourself or like remove yourself from your existing support system that I try to be really open-minded about making friends all the time. And I feel like I am someone who definitely has trouble like communicating and keeping balances with my friends. You know, as a like social media big leagues, sometimes my phone is just like too overwhelming and I'm just like, I gotta unplug. So I think something that I have really started to enjoy is finding people who live close to me. I mean, I live in a major city. If you live in the suburbs, it might be more difficult to become friends with your neighbor, even if you might live in a development where that doesn't really lend itself to you. But you get to an age where someone being 10 years older than you, 5 years younger than you, isn't going to matter that much because you're like, hey, we're neighbors. Let's look out for each other. Do you want to come over? Could I come over your house? Even like some of my coworkers, I always ask like, what neighborhood do you live in? Oh, I live really close to there. Where do you like to eat? We should eat there. Becoming friends with your coworkers is easier than becoming friends almost with your neighbor. And 20 years ago, your neighbor was your fucking ally or your enemy. And now it's like, I don't know most of the people who live in my building. So I've been trying to talk more, at least with my neighbors, share a conversation that I'm not dying to get out of. And you can find that like the people who live closest to you, it's so good to come home and be like, man, I can crack a beer with my neighbor. And I kind of love that. Other than that, you know, I try to keep a really positive approach to all things. And I didn't used to be like that. I used to be really closed off, only interested in hanging out with people who were exactly like me and would never disagree with me or anything like that. And, you know, being friends with like only punk kids or like only vegans was like the only answer for me. Now I feel like, yes, those people may potentially be guaranteed friends of yours, but I like to branch out and stop closing myself off. I want to be super open, and obviously, like, don't spend time with people who are harmful to you or who make you question your ethics. But also don't close yourself off. I think for the longest time, I did that up until so recently. I think it was until beauty school where I had to practice making friends all over again that I wasn't so afraid to open myself up and not be so closed off and like up my own ass so fucking far. Beyond that, I mean, wherever you are, wherever you exist, feel out your community. I mean, whenever I go to the coffee shop, there's so many opportunities for me to talk to somebody or get to know someone, figure out who lives near you on Instagram, and just fucking follow them and start a dialogue. You would be surprised how many people want to be friends with you because maybe they're in a similar situation where their best friend just got married or they just moved out or whatever, and you're like, cool, now two people can be friends and go hang out with each other. Maybe there's a restaurant you really wanted to try and didn't want to go by yourself. Ask somebody you know. I know that it's hard. I know it's not that easy, but I do tend to feel like I insert myself into situations, and even if it doesn't always work out, I'm always kind of proud of myself. I'm like, damn, you definitely inserted yourself. And now we're at 2nd Street Festival. So yeah, I don't know. I hope those tips kind of worked out. For me, I'm just like, okay, I was in a brand new salon and I was super nervous about like people liking me or like us getting along. And it really just took me saying yes. You know, do you want to hang out tonight? Yes. Do you want to go to this event that I'm hosting? I do. And once you kind of like force yourself into things, I feel like being social becomes easier because you become more confident in it. So yeah, I don't know. Figure out some local things, figure out the scene that you enjoy and the things you like to do, and say yes to them. Because I say no all the time, and I've been working on it recently, and I'm kind of digging it. So yeah. This has been 5 Fact Friday. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your patience and your understanding as always. I have a vlog that's coming out tomorrow, and then I will have a live stream for next week. I'm super excited for you guys. Thank you to everybody who was a super chat contributor. It is so cool, and I will be messaging you if you won the giveaway for super chat. So keep your notifications open on YouTube. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if it is your first time here. Don't worry. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, bye.